So Jeff, one of the services you offer is power flushing.
It is.
And what do you mean by power flushing?
Okay, first and foremost, power flushing is when your central heating system has started slowing down. We're able to come in and give it a good service. This isn't the boiler, this is actually the pipework being serviced. Typical signs on a central heating system is you're sitting in the lounge and for some unknown reason it's not as warm as it used to be. It could be your pipework to the radiator slowing down, or it's got sludged up. That's where we come in.
So when you say sludged up, what do you mean by sludge? Where would the sludge come from?
Okay, the sludge is built up over a year, so put it into context, you wouldn't flush a new system, not unless there's debris got in there from the building side of it, but that's another story. But sludging up is usually found in a typical system which is, shall we say, 5 to 10 years old, even older ones sometimes. Sludging up is caused by the water going round and round all those years, you can imagine that, but it's picked up all the particles, all the rust flakes, etc., and it becomes quite thick. We're able to come in with a power flusher machine, connect it to the central heating system, and you can imagine your central heating pump is pushing it around at a certain speed. The power flusher machine that we use will probably send it through 4 times as fast. But the beauty of it is not under pressure. Now you've got to remember, flow and pressure are 2 different things when we're talking about this. And what we're able to do is send a high velocity flow of water through each radiator in turn, in which case any debris which is in there can be removed. After we've done it for several hours, we add a chemical into it which then dissolves any particles which are left in the pipework. That's what we mean by power flushing.
So at the end of the job, your system's got all of the gunk, if you like.
We've given it a good service.
Yeah, all the gunk and sludge has gone. You've got clean water running through the system, and it's running a lot more efficiently.
That's right. Once we've actually achieved it, after checking all the flows, etc., we're then able to put an inhibitor into the system, which will actually protect your boiler and pump and make it much more efficient for let's say for another 5 or 6 years at least.
I think that's brilliant, and of course that's going to save your heating bills and make your home a lot more comfortable.
A lot more comfortable, and if you move quickly you can have it done for Christmas.
So how do I actually go about getting my central heating system checked to see if I need it power flushing?
Okay, before you give me a ring, there's obviously some symptoms that are giving you concern. The typical signs are your boiler's beginning to make a little bit of a noise, and the pump. Sometimes you hear a banging for no apparent reason. The banging itself isn't a serious problem, but it is showing signs that there's something wrong. Just give us a call and I'll make an arrangement to come along and see you. First and foremost to meet you, and then we can run through what your concerns are with the system, and then it gives me an opportunity to check the system through visually, because not all systems are easy to flush. You get some of the older systems, I'm thinking of microbore where the pipework's very small. They are quite a challenge. Not impossible to do, but they do cause their own little peculiarities to be thrown up. So give us a call, I'll come out and run through everything that is required.
So if that, whatever the problem is, give you a call, you'll come and see what the solution is.
Yes, on occasions I've gone out there with the idea that the system needs a power flushing, but in actual fact the radiator's gone cold simply because the pump has stopped working and nobody realised at the time. So sometimes by giving us a call I can actually save you money because the work isn't so involved.
So Jeff, how long does it actually take to complete an entire power flushing of a system?
Well, because I've come out first and foremost and met you, I've got the opportunity to actually look at the system first of all. So before I even appear, I've thought about the system and the way we're going to connect the pipework in. It really depends on where we can get the pipework. If we can get it in, this is where we connect the power flusher machine to your existing pipework. The connection we make is very important. When we make a good connection, that means that we can get the flow working the way we want it to work. If you've got a typical 10 radiator system, The average time that we take would probably be 6 to 8 hours. That would be for a full flush and everything checked on completion. There are times when the system will take a bit longer, but that would all be done under a fixed price. There are systems that take even shorter time period of time. Give you an example, if the system's been in, shall we say, 5 or 6 years, then it would take less flushing, in which case we can generally get it done in probably just over half a day.
Okay, so it's all done in a day though?
Yes, it is, yeah. If we come against particular problems, then we simply stay there and it will still be completed.
Okay. So once I've got it power flushed and it's all clean and running fantastically,
yes,
can I prevent it from sludging up again?
Well, you can't prevent it yourself, but what we do, we add an inhibitor on completion. But this inhibitor is not added until we've done a full heat test. There's no point in putting a chemical into the system and then for us to only to find out that we've got to drain it down because it hasn't functioned properly. So we put a full heat test on first, and when we're happy with that, we put an inhibitor into it. Now the inhibitor will slow down the sludging up next time round, so you should go trouble-free for probably 5 or 6 years with no problems whatsoever.
Okay, simple as that.
It's as simple as that, just leave it to the professionals.